1. So last Monday I was working, and a lady and her son come in with a bag of our store. They approach me and tell me how they went to our discount store within the major city and bought a suit jacket. The tag labels it as a tuxedo jacket, but that isn't that important. They say that they would like to exchange the jacket for a bigger one. After sizing up the new jacket on the son, we take it over to the counter and scan it for the exchange, and I see that they have bought this at a discounted price as we no longer stock that jacket anymore, and haven't for at least 2 seasons now. Because the jackets are 2 different prices, I let them know of the situation. So the jacket you want to exchange is coming under a discounted price of $50. If I'm going to exchange the jacket, you will have to pay the difference because I cannot do a straight swap with an older and discounted product. That's fine. How much does it come to? So the difference you would have to pay is still $110, as the price of the jacket you want to exchange is $40. That is too much. Is there anything you can do? If you can bring the pants you bought and the docket, they didn't have the docket for the exchange at the time, as they wanted to see what they could exchange for. By the end of the week, I can lower the cost of the exchange down to $40. For context, we had a deal last week where if you buy a jacket, you get the pants with it for $150 instead of the full $200. If they exchanged both their suit pants and jacket, they would only need to pay the $40 instead of $110, and that would give them both the jacket and the pants for the same price as the jacket by itself outside the deal. Okay, that sounds good. We will come back either tomorrow or the day after. Too easy. I will put it aside for you so it is an easy exchange. They both leave the store, and I put things aside along with a note stating their name, number, and what they're doing with it. A couple days pass, and it is now Friday. They have not come in, so I take the suit from out back and put it back, as it had been more than time I am allowed to keep something aside, especially in a busy sale based on said suits. Cut to today, a week and a half after they originally come in. Since then, the deals have changed, and we no longer have sales on suits, and they have gone back to full price. Hello again, we came to exchange the suit and pants for the full suit. Of course, let me go to the suits and get you the things you were after. I go and luckily find that suit and pants haven't been bought since I have put them back. They are the only ones in those sizes in the entire state. I begin to start the exchange and remember that the sales have changed. And now for the exchange, they have to pay $40 if they exchange their jacket and pants for just the jacket without the pants. If they were to get the pants with the new jacket, they would need to pay $90 now, as, like mentioned above, the full jacket and pants are back at a full price of $200. So because the deal we had with our suits is now finished, I can only give you the jacket for $150 without the pants, as adding the pants takes it up to $200. This means if you exchange both your pants and the jacket, you have to pay $40 for the jacket, or $90 for both the new jacket and pants. They're both confused. Last time you said you could do it for $40. This is false advertising. I assure you it isn't. Our sale last week was a discount on full-price suits, and at the time, I could have done the exchange with you. And you would only have had to pay $40, but because they have gone up to full price again, you have to pay more now. You said you would be in the following day or two, which is why I said it would come to $40. The sale had ended, and this week we have a new sale on, which is why the price went back up. They clearly don't understand how sales work and are ignoring what I say. You still said it would be $40, so this is false advertisement. Again, it can't be because we are no longer doing any discounted sales on the suits, so the price has gone up. I am truly sorry, but there is nothing I can do about it. Well, we can speak to your manager. My manager has gone home, but I can call them and ask them how we go about this. I knew how this would go. I would either need to give them a refund in full, or they would have to shell out the money. We couldn't discount a product down to a price that is no longer advertised as it was only for a weekly sale. I rang my manager and they confirmed my thinking. So I just got off the phone with my manager, and they said that because we no longer do the suit discount, you either have to pay the increased remaining amount after you exchange your suit, or I can give you a full refund. Guess we'll go with the refund. Did you want that in full store credit or just straight back in your card? The son answers, back in my card. So I put through the refund, they walk out, and I have now been continuing with my shift. I don't understand what is so difficult about weekly flash sales, and understanding that when the price goes back to full, We cannot sell them as their sale prices, as they're no longer on sale. This is my first time ever having an experience like this in retail, and I have been in it for months, so it set me back a bit. After all my pleasant experiences in retail, I never expected that one of those classic retail moments would, or could, be so intense and stressful when you were talking to a brick wall. 2. I work in online shopping at a major grocery store. A crazy lady with no mask came to our collector's desk to collect an order. Things were going okay until I handed her the receipt. The way our online shopping works is an online shopper picks up the order and checks it out at around 2 p.m., while customers collect at 4 p.m. Collections area is like a drive-through. Receipts very clearly show what is not available, and we even have substitute items sometimes. Where's my tiny tiger cat food? Apologies, ma'am, but your cat food was not available today. It's in the store now. Can't you just go get it for me? Collections area is actually separate to the store, and I work alone, so no way to verify this without leaving everything unattended. Sorry, ma'am, but it must have been delivered to the store past our collection time of 2 p.m. Shopping is already paid by card when customers collect, and I have no point of sale, so couldn't even ring it up and add it on if I wanted to. This is ridiculous! Her bratty daughter now chimes in. We have been charged for something we didn't even receive. Where's your manager? Ma'am, it says very clearly on the website there is no guarantee of item availability, especially during the pandemic. You also have not been charged for the unavailable cat food. This is true, banner at checkout screen and also longer explanation on the info page. But the total is 128 euros. How is that so high? You bought 8 cases of Red Bull at 8 euros each for a total of 64 euros, and 8 bottles of wine at 8 euros each for a total of 64 euros. If you add 64 and 64 together, the total is 128 euros. At this point, I could see the gears slowly turning in their heads, but they doubled down. I went into my corporate robot that takes no flack from annoying customers mode. Why couldn't someone call us and tell us the items weren't available? This is not done at our store. Or even in the company, for that matter. Why can't you help us pack our items into the car? Crazy Lady feigns been unable to lift the cases of Red Bull to put into the car and pouts. I cannot touch your shopping due to store policy and the coronavirus pandemic. Also, social distancing rules, and both of you not wearing masks renders me unable to do so. I help if customers are nice about it, especially my regulars, and I sanitize before and after. But I'm really not supposed to. No way was I bending the rules for this delightful duo, though. Why are there no bags at the order? This is not done at our store, and it says very clearly on the website that bags will not be provided unless specifically ordered and paid for due to the plastic bag levy. Where's your manager? Ma'am, my manager has gone home now, but you're very welcome to lodge a complaint with the manager on duty in store. This is true, and actually policy. We don't call managers unless it's a problem related to a sale at point of sale, which is most of the time, but doesn't apply to me, and I've been told as much before. I'm never supposed to leave my post unattended, due to the risk of robbery. Your competitor store offers bags and helps us pack. We are going to shop there instead. I know for a fact that they don't even have an online shopping department. Okay. They see I'm unfazed. We're calling the customer service hotline. Okay. They see I'm still unfazed and leave in a huff. I shortened this story for brevity, but I spent about 10 minutes because it was quiet explaining how if an item is not available at 2 p.m., but is delivered to the store later than 2 p.m., it is not physically possible to pick up that item for an online shopping order. I also spend longer explaining difficult mathematical equations such as how 64 plus 64 equals 128. I lost all faith in humanity long ago, but it is actually scary that people like this are allowed to vote. 3. In a former life, a few years ago now, I was a police officer here in good old England. I moved from a team dealing with action-packed 999 calls, speeding around in old Ford Focuses, or is that Focus I? And dealing with interesting things, to working in a team that supported a large shopping complex. Shoplifting, antisocial behavior, real hard-hitting stuff. The uniform was a white shirt, black tie, and if I was out and about, a stab vest over the top, with one of the big pointy hats, too. If I was on a break, though, I had just put my normal jacket on to cover my shoulder numbers. This was mainly for personal security, so to a casual observer I was just a bloke in a white shirt with a black tie. Cue the moment. I had just finished dealing with the paperwork from a shoplifting, and had a hankering for a sandwich. I locked my vest and hat away, but left my belt of tools, can of spray, cuffs and metal stick, England again, on. I popped a plain black jacket over the top and ventured into the shopping complex in search of a footlong. Sandwich specified and acquired, I pay the well-known outlet and ambled to a seating area to mind my own business and chow down. Probably no less than 5 minutes later, I clock a woman, the usual type, attempting to buy a sandwich. Now, from her big arm gestures, I skillfully deduced that she wasn't happy. That's not a crime, so back to my sandwich I went. Until, of course, the voices became raised, and a hand was slammed on the counter. I tucked the remnants of my sandwich in the bin, and ambled over to see what the commotion was. Now, working in the team I did, I was a known face in the center, and I enjoy a long sandwich. So the staff knew me and my job, so they relaxed a little, which really irritated the woman. I quickly realized they didn't have the filling she wanted, and she was refusing to take no for an answer. "Is everything all right here?" The woman turns and eyes me over. Now, I'm in my early 20s at the time, so she makes me for a security guard.
Fuck's sake, I don't need security. This little shit will make my fucking sandwich.
Okay, firstly, you need to stop swearing. Secondly, I'm a level up from security. She didn't like this.
Oh, piss off, I just want my sandwich.
She ignores me and goes back to banging her hand on the desk and gesturing wildly at the teen behind the counter. You need to stop that. She rounds on me again.
I said piss off. I know the management here, so fuck off back to standing around outside Debenhams, or I'll get you sacked.
I don't care. I'm warning you that you need to stop swearing as a public order offense.
Oh, what? I just want my fucking sandwich, not some jumped-up plastic policeman interfering. Fuck off!
Stop swearing, you're causing a scene, and stop hitting the counter or you'll be arrested.
Don't fucking tell me what to do, think you big Billy bollocks, just a wannabe cop. You can't arrest me. Get me a boss now, too.
She was summing her palms on the sneeze guard with each word, and I think I'd been patient enough at that point. So I unzip my jacket to reveal I am in fact a uniformed police constable. Her eyes widen as she sees the cuffs on my belt. Nope, I'm arresting you under Section 5 of the Public Order Act. The arrest is necessary to prevent injury to others and damage to property. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defense, etc. Now, I had no intention of cuffing her. I was twice her size, so not necessary. Instead, I steered her, spluttering, to a table and sat her down as I called for a car to pick us up. After another 30 minutes of her refusing to believe she'd done anything wrong, I eventually gave her a penalty notice to dispose of the matter. So her non-sandwich swear-fest ended up costing her £80 instead. 4. In my current store, I was on light duty due to a shoulder injury, so every day I was given different random things to do. It was a little before Christmas, and I was transferring Hot Wheels from one display to another when a lady approached me.
Do you work here? Or are you a vendor?
Yes, I work here.
Do you drink?
Yes, how may I help you?
I need to know where grenadine, maraschino cherries, and triple sec are at.
Well, the maraschino cherries are in the baking aisle, but I can show you where the grenadine and triple sec are. They're hard to find.
Thank you, I don't drink this stuff.
We go over to the alcohol aisle, and we're out of grenadine. Then I find both brands of triple sec.
That's not what I want. I want triple sec.
It is triple sec.
No, it's not. Triple sec is non-alcoholic.
Well, there is a non-alcoholic triple sec, but we don't carry it.
Well, I need triple sec.
All we carry is alcoholic triple sec.
I just don't understand why you're trying to sell me alcohol when I need triple sec.
Ma'am, the only one we carry is alcoholic.
I want to speak with the manager.
I radio for a manager to come assist her. She continues to mumble about not wanting alcohol, only triple sec. The assistant store manager comes down the aisle.
How can I help you, ma'am? I want triple sec, but all your worker is showing me is alcohol. I just want triple sec.
They look at me, then the lady, and then me again.
Hufflepuff, where's the triple sec?
We only carry these two brands. We don't have any non-alcoholic.
Triple sec is non-alcoholic!
Triple sec can be non-alcoholic, but we don't carry it.
Well, I want to talk to the store manager. This is ridiculous. I just want triple sec.
They motion for me to go back to my display while she radios for the store manager and continues to try to reason with the customer. I was a few aisles over, so I can hear them continue to argue about whether or not Triple Sec is alcoholic. Finally, after 20 minutes of the store manager and assistant store manager talking in circles with the customer, they offered her a customer support number to complain about us trying to sell me alcohol when I just want Triple Sec. She left without buying any of it. Now a second bonus story. Bit more wholesome. My work has a system for markdowns. They put them in shopping carts by the first 3 aisles so more people see them. Then after a while they get moved to the aisle they belong in, towards the back of the store. I had just gotten off a shift, my apron was in my backpack, but I was still wearing my company's personal shopper shirt. I had noticed some baking items in the discount basket, and I was digging through it when I heard a little, "Excuse me." I look up out of habit and see this 6 or 7-year-old little boy standing in front of me. "You work here, right?" "Yeah, what's up?" I was afraid it was a lost kids situation.
"I need your help finding something."
Where's your mom?" He points behind us to a lady looking at the meat service counter.
"She said that I could get a toy, but I don't know where they are."
"Oh, I can show you." So I walk him down to the kids' aisle on the other side of the store. I don't want to leave him alone, so I ask if he's looking for a specific toy. He describes a stretchy shark toy, so I help him start looking. After a few minutes I hear behind me,
"What the hell do you think you're doing?"
I whip around like a child caught eating pie before dinner. The lady who he pointed out was standing behind us. I had a flash of entitled parent stories running through my head. But the boy pipes up,
"I want a toy."
The mother grabs him by the shoulders. "What did I tell you about talking to strangers? And then you disappeared and I turn around and you're walking away with someone." He points at my shirt.
"But she works here."
She looks up at me and I sheepishly wave. She gives me a relieved sigh. "I'm sorry my son bothered you. I've been trying to teach him stranger danger lately." "It's not a problem. Have a great night." I went back to my shopping and had a nice little story to tell my coworkers the next day. 5. First off, hi. My name is roseyroseymae, female, she, her, 26, and a senior at college. I've been working retail for the past decade, but last year I was hired to be the assistant manager of a popular girls' accessory store chain that rhymes with the name Blair's. My store manager went on maternity leave in mid-January of this year, so I was temporarily promoted to her position while she's away. I also want to preface my story by saying this is the most amazing job I've ever had. I love being surrounded by cute jewelry, seeing little girls come in with their mothers, experiencing absolute joy, and even being able to pierce ears. Yes, our store does ear piercing by appointment. It's not that bad, and I quite enjoy it. This job has me very keen on working in a tattoo and piercing parlor once I graduate with my BA at the end of this year. Without this job, I wouldn't have known that piercing professionally was one of my interests. However, it's been an absolute nightmare this entire time my manager has been on her 4-month-long maternity leave. There's only 3 of us left working the store, and I'm the only full-time employee that can work weekdays. My other full-time employee quit 3 times in the span of 2 weeks, and left the moment I hired on my 3rd team member. Good riddance in all honesty. She brought down our metrics to an alarming low whenever she was on shift. She also messed up the tills every single night she closed the store as well. Still, working for 11-hour shifts alone in the middle of winter has taught me far more patience and reasonable, and has also taught me to value my remaining employees with the highest of respect. I'm the kind of woman who will come in if you call out, even if it means sacrificing my only day off in 2 weeks straight. I only live 15 minutes away from the stores, so if either of my other team members, angels honestly, have an emergency, I will come in. That might be a bit more information than necessary, but I feel like I need to share it to paint a picture of who I am, as well as the condition my store is in currently. That said, I want to talk about today. For the past few days, I've been talking with a lovely-sounding older woman over the phone about scheduling an appointment to re-pierce her elderly mother's ears. Yes, days. In our state, we need to set up appointments ahead of time in order to get your ears pierced. Also need to be wearing a mask. This woman, Helen, had to reschedule her elderly mother's appointment 3 times in the span of 2 days. So by the time she came in, I was already very invested in the appointment. The time finally comes and neither one of them are wearing masks. This is red flag number 1. Number 2 comes when they ask me to take off my mask so the EM can hear me better. Hell the fuck no. However, because I do care about my hard-of-hearing customers, I do put on my face shield that I need to wear for piercing anyway. I then only proceed to take down my mask and stand 6 feet away from the woman to keep them safe. They decide to stand only 2 feet away from me in my personal space, saying they have medical conditions, and insist I take off my face shield too. At this point I should have kicked them out because this is beyond a red flag situation. However, I felt paralyzed due to already having spent days to get them in. The elderly mother and Helen both say they have COPD and are medically exempt. Whatever, I just want them gone. Throughout the entire piercing, EM was chewing on cough drops and coughing all over me uncontrollably and involuntarily. Helen is just yammering on and on about how,
I'm tired of all this mask nonsense anyway, aren't you?
I also unfortunately rang up the earring for the wrong price, so they got their entire package for $8.49, when it should have been closer to $56.99. I have dyslexia and transpose numbers all the time. So not only am I violated, I've also been taken advantage of. It took me everything to stay in the store for the remaining time of operational hours, and not rush home to take a bath immediately. A few hours ago, I had an anti-mask, anti-vax couple come in as well. In the same afternoon, good lord, why are the crazies coming out today? The husband went on about he also had COPD and how they were kicked out of our mall's Hot Topic. He also went on to explain that 17 states have removed the mask ordinance. I'm an EMT for the local fire department and I've transported a patient with COVID while not wearing a mask. I must be immune. I only wear my mask at work. Which is in fact giant, he said. A grocery store? Not a fire department. I don't know if he was lying or not, but I don't trust his story. His wife then remarked that,
my husband is allergic to that horrible vaccine coming out, and I'm pregnant so I won't be subjecting my child to it. That'd be awful.
Fuck these people, and anyone who thinks masks are unnecessary, and anyone who lies about having diseases they don't to try and gain our sympathy, to let you shop, to feel emboldened to put me, and by extension my family, at risk. I have friends who are immunosuppressant and can't get vaccines, so they stay at home in fear of going outside in public. My Aunt Jenny is a nurse at a local hospital and works 14 hours a day, wearing multiple layers of masks and shields. And again, I work 11-hour days. Masks don't kill or prevent you from breathing. It would not cause any harm to these liars and absolute idiots to wear masks for the 30 to 50 minutes you're in the store with me. I'm really sick of it. On a more positive light, when my store manager returns in early April, I'm set to be promoted out to another safer location. I'll miss my lovely teammates, but in all honesty, working in a prime state where anti-maskers run amok is exhausting. I'm just so tired of fighting for people to keep others safe. Thank you very much for listening. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and I'm leaving that in, I'm not re-editing that. Anyway, what are we doing here? It's outro time. Why stress ourselves in the outros? Okay, what are we doing here? Oh yes, fast food and retail 122. And thank you very much to everybody who has... Okay, tongue-tied today. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use and sent in stories for use in this video. There we go. Thank you. Now, before anyone starts in the comments, because I know it's going to be mentioned, in fact, it's going to be mentioned even when I say it here, we are aware that there are people who have legitimate reasons to not wear a mask at this current time. Those people really should be at home. But if there's situations where they do have to be out and about, fair enough. We understand there are exceptions. However, the majority of people claiming they have an exception are absolute liars. Because of those absolute cabbages of human beings. Actually, no, that's an insult to cabbages. What about Brussels sprouts? Well, Brussels sprouts are alright as well. What's a vegetable or a fruit no one likes? Asparagus makes your pee smell funny. Kumquats. You know what? I don't like tomatoes. Anyway, so because of those absolute tomatoes of human beings, I mean just a whole grove of tomatoes. What was I saying? Oh yes, right. Yes, because of people lying about exemptions, it makes it hard for the people who do have exemptions. It makes their behavior even worse. I'm going to stop there because I can feel myself revving up for a long one. And we don't want that. Instead, I'm going to think about sandwiches. There were sandwiches in today's video. There was a very tragic story of a sandwich that had to be sacrificed. But as I was recording that, I remembered my local store just down the hill from me. I think this is Thursday, isn't it? Yes, it is. And Thursday is the day they get their sandwich delivery in. And they've just started getting a new supplier, and they're very nice. So what I'll do is I'll wrap up the video. I think I've been playing through the new update on No Man's Sky. There's a little bit of a bug I found which is annoying me. Where you play in VR, when you take out your survey scanner, it should tell you how far away you are from like mineral hotspots. It doesn't give you the distance, so I then need to switch between VR and desktop. But anyway, I'll play No Man's Sky, and but I'll nibble on sandwiches. I'll just have a lazy night and not cook. Even though I keep thinking about curries, but no, I made a chow mein earlier in the week, so I might have a curry the weekend. Okay, happy for Hellfreezer, melon Hellfreezer, a little ball of fur. Okay, here we go. I might have lost my mind a bit today. Well, then again, you suppose you'd need to have something to lose it. And reports of my sanity are greatly exaggerated. Okay, anyway, with that, I'm going to head off from now. So until next time, thank you very much for listening. And take very good care of yourselves.